Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Life Talk English. I'm Nico.
And I'm Melissa.
Picture this. You're standing in line at a little coffee shop. The smell of fresh espresso drifting in the air. Someone next to you smiles. You want to say hello, but your brain goes totally blank.
Yeah, it's like your tongue suddenly forgets it belongs to you. That's the moment most learners tell us about, when they want to start a conversation but don't know how.
Exactly. And here's the truth. Breaking the ice is often the hardest part. Honestly, it might be harder than it sounds.
But the good news? Once you know a few safe, simple openers, you can start conversations almost anywhere. It's like carrying a little conversation toolkit in your pocket.
Liking what you hear? Hit that like button and subscribe to join us for more. But only if this is your kind of learning.
And hey, tell us in the comments where you're listening from and what time it is right now. We love seeing listeners from all over the world.
Now settle in, maybe grab a notebook or just relax with your headphones on, and let's ease into today's English journey together. So, Nico, let's start with the basics. You walk into a shop, you see the cashier. What's the simplest way to start? Easy. A smile, eye contact, and hi, how are you?
I like that. It's short, familiar, and safe. But sometimes learners say, people don't actually answer that question. They just say good and move on.
That's true. How are you in English is more like a doorbell. It's not always a deep invitation. You ring the bell just to say, I'm friendly.
Okay, let's play. I'll be the shop assistant. You be the customer.
Perfect. Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. And you?
Good. And that's it. Transaction done.
Yeah, but it still counts. You broke the ice. You didn't just throw money at me and run away.
But let's make it richer. If you add just one more line, suddenly it feels more natural. For example, hi, how are you? Busy day?
Oh, I like that. Because busy day is universal. You can say it to the barista, the taxi driver, even a colleague.
Exactly. And it's a question they can answer with just a word. Yes or not really. So you're not putting pressure on them.
Okay, but what if I'm shy? Like, I really don't know what to say.
Then go for observations. Look around and comment on something. For example, it's really hot today, isn't it? Or, this place smells amazing.
Oh, yes, weather, the world's favorite icebreaker. Even in English, we use it all the time. It's not boring, it's safe.
And here's a cultural tip. In English-speaking countries, you don't have to be profound. A light little comment is enough. You don't need to open with philosophy, like, what is the meaning of life?
Imagine someone saying that at the bus stop. I'd probably walk away.
Let's give our listeners a quick role play list, like a top 3 icebreakers.
Okay, number 1, greetings. Hi, how are you?
Number 2, observations. Nice weather today. Or, the line's moving slowly, huh?
And number 3, compliments. I like your bag. Or, that's a cool phone case.
Yes, compliments are like magic. Just keep them small and genuine.
Can I tell a story?
Always.
So last week I was waiting for my bus, and the lady next to me had this super cute umbrella. It had little cats all over it. I said, I love your umbrella. She lit up. She started telling me where she bought it, and suddenly we were just chatting away.
That's perfect. See, one compliment opened the door.
But here's a warning. Don't over-compliment. Like, if you meet someone and say, I love your hair, your shoes, your eyes, your everything, it's too much.
Yeah, then it sounds like you're either a poet or a little bit creepy.
So listeners, your mission is simple. Next time you're out, pick one safe icebreaker. Don't overthink. Just say it.
And if the other person doesn't respond much, don't panic. Sometimes people are busy, tired, or just not in the mood. It's not about you.
Exactly. You're practicing. Every attempt makes you braver.
Let's end this section with a mini role-play challenge. Elisa, you're the stranger in line at the bakery. I'll try 2 different openers.
Okay, go.
First try. Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Dead end, right? Second try. Wow, it smells amazing in here, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can't wait to eat a croissant.
See the difference? One got me silence, the other got me a real reply.
So choose the opener that gives people room to respond. That's the secret.
And don't forget, you can practice with us right now. Repeat after me. Hi, how are you?
Busy day?
Nice weather today.
I like your bag.
Perfect. Keep these in your pocket like keys, ready to unlock any conversation.
And remember, breaking the ice isn't about being perfect. It's about being present, being friendly, and giving someone a chance to talk to you.
Exactly. And once you break the ice, the next step is keeping the conversation alive.
Which, lucky for you, is what we'll explore in the next section.
So, you've broken the ice. You said hello, maybe you asked about the weather, or complimented someone's bag. Now comes the tricky part. How do you keep the conversation alive without letting it die in 3 seconds?
Oh, yes, the dreaded awkward silence. You know that moment where both people smile politely, then stare at their shoes?
Exactly. And that's where follow-up questions become your best friends. Think of them as little sparks that keep the fire burning.
Let's do a quick example. Imagine you're in the office kitchen making coffee. You break the ice by saying, "Busy morning?" The other person says, "Yeah, lots of emails." Now what?
You could respond with, "Oh, same here. Do you usually get tons of emails in the morning?" See how I'm not just ending the topic, I'm feeding it back like a tennis ball.
That's so smart. You're showing interest. And interest is basically the secret ingredient of conversation.
And here's something fun. Native speakers don't always give long answers. Sometimes they just toss the ball back really fast.
Yeah, like, how was your weekend?
Good. Yours?
Good.
And suddenly, game over.
That happens a lot. But here's a tip. Instead of good, yours, you can give a little detail. Like, good, I went to the park. Yours?
Perfect. That little detail, I went to the park, creates an opening for the other person to ask, "Oh, which park?" or "Did you go alone?"
So the golden rule is add one tiny detail when you answer. Don't just say good or fine.
Yes, it's like giving someone a breadcrumb so they can follow the trail.
Let's role play again. I'll be the colleague, you be the learner. Ready?
Go for it.
Hey, how's your day going?
Pretty good. I tried that new cafe down the street.
Oh, the one with the blue chairs?
Yeah, exactly. The croissants are amazing.
See, a whole conversation was born from just one extra detail.
And here's another trick. React. Don't just question. Show you're listening. Instead of jumping to the next question, say something like, "Oh, wow, that sounds delicious."
Right, that's what makes conversations feel human, not like an interrogation.
Actually, let's give listeners a little list. 3 ways to keep the flow. Add a detail when you answer. Ask a simple follow-up question. React with interest.
And don't worry if your questions are basic. Even "really?" or "oh, how is that?" can keep the energy alive.
Exactly. Think of conversation like a game of ping pong. You don't need fancy tricks. You just need to keep the ball bouncing.
Speaking of bouncing, can I tell a funny story?
Always.
Okay, so I once met this guy at a bus stop. I asked, "Busy day?" And he said, "Yes." And silence. I panicked, so I said, "Okay, bye."
You ended the conversation before it even started.
I know, but it taught me that one-word answers aren't the end of the world. You just need to try again.
True. If someone says yes, you can still save it. For example, yes. Oh, yeah. Meetings or emails? See, you're giving them options to choose from.
That's brilliant. It's like you're rescuing the ball before it falls.
And here's a cultural tip. In many English-speaking places, small talk isn't about deep truths. It's just about being friendly and keeping things light.
Exactly. You're not interviewing them for a biography. You're just connecting.
Now, let's practice with our listeners. Imagine you're talking about food. Elisa, ask me a question.
What did you have for lunch?
I had pasta. It was so spicy, I almost cried.
That's perfect. See how Nico didn't just say pasta? He added a funny detail.
And now Elisa can react.
Really? You don't like spicy food?
I do, but this one was like fire.
And we're off.
Listeners, practice this at home. When someone asks you a question, pause for a second. Think, can I add one more detail? That's your breadcrumb.
And if you feel shy, start with safe topics. Food, weather, weekend plans, TV shows. Everyone has something to say about those.
Speaking of TV, I once kept a whole conversation alive just by reacting to someone's favorite show. They said, I love Stranger Things. I said, oh yeah, the one with the kids on bikes, right? And suddenly, we were deep in a chat about 80s music.
That's such a good reminder. You don't need to be an expert. You just need curiosity.
So here's our final practice challenge for this section. Elisa, you ask me 3 questions. I'll try to keep the flow alive.
Okay. Did you sleep well last night?
Not really. My neighbor's dog was barking at 3 a.m.
Oh, no. What kind of dog?
A tiny one, but with a very big voice.
Okay, second, do you like cooking?
Yeah, I made pancakes last Sunday. They looked ugly, but tasted great.
That's adorable. Third, have you been to the new park?
Not yet, but I've seen pictures. The flowers look amazing.
And just like that, 3 questions turned into a fun little chat.
Listeners, that's your job this week. Practice adding one detail, one reaction, or one follow-up question. That's how you keep conversations alive.
And don't stress about silences. They happen even to native speakers. Just smile, breathe, and throw the ball back in.
And next, we'll talk about storytelling, how you can use tiny personal stories to make conversations more colorful and memorable.
Yes, because nothing connects people faster than a good little story.
All right, we've broken the ice, we've kept the ball bouncing with follow-up questions. Now let's add a little sparkle. Storytelling.
Yes, because facts keep a conversation alive, but stories make it interesting.
Exactly. When you share a short story, even a tiny one, you're not just answering, you're painting a picture. And people love pictures.
Let's try the simplest example. If I ask, how was your weekend? Most learners say, it was good. End of story.
Right. But imagine you say, instead, it was good. I went for a walk by the river and saw a man playing guitar.
Ooh, instantly I want to know more. What song? Was he good? Did people stop to listen?
And suddenly, we're in a story together.
That's the magic. When you add a little story, you give your partner something to react to.
Listeners, here's the golden rule. Keep it short, keep it simple, keep it real. You don't need to tell your whole life story. Just give one scene.
Exactly. Think of it like taking a snapshot. Not a whole movie, just one little photo.
Unless you really want to talk about your entire life, in which case, maybe save it for your autobiography.
Yeah, don't overwhelm people.
Let's role play. Elisa, ask me about my day.
Okay. How's your day going?
Pretty good. I almost missed the bus this morning because I spilled coffee on my shirt.
Oh no, really? What did you do?
I ran back home, grabbed another shirt, and made it just in time. I probably looked like a marathon runner at 8 a.m.
See? Now we're laughing together. That's the power of a mini story.
And here's a cultural tip. In English-speaking countries, small, embarrassing stories are actually great. They make you sound human, not robotic.
Oh, that's so true. I once told my colleagues about how I accidentally waved at a stranger who wasn't waving at me. They laughed, but it made me feel closer to them.
Exactly. Little human moments create connection.
But some learners worry, what if my grammar isn't perfect when I tell the story?
Doesn't matter. Honestly, people care about the story, not the grammar. If you smile and tell it with feeling, they'll understand.
Let's teach a simple formula. 3 steps. Set the scene. Yesterday, at the park. Add the action. A dog jumped into the fountain. End with feeling. It made everyone laugh.
Yes, that's the storytelling triangle. Place, action, feeling.
Let's try one together. Nico, give me a random topic.
Okay, food.
Okay. So last night I tried cooking curry for the first time. I added way too much chili powder. My brother took one bite and his face turned red. We both laughed so hard.
Perfect. Short, funny, and visual.
Listeners, you can practice this too. Pick one tiny moment from your day and put it into that triangle. Place, action, feeling.
And here's another trick. Use gestures when you speak. Even if your words aren't perfect, your hands and face can tell half the story.
True. If you say, I dropped the plate, and you act it out with your hands, everyone gets it.
And don't be afraid to exaggerate a little. In English, exaggeration is part of humor. Like, the coffee was so strong I could see through time.
I love that. And it makes people laugh, which is another great way to connect.
Now, let's practice with our listeners again. Elisa, give them a starter.
Okay. Repeat after me. Yesterday
And then suddenly,
it made me feel.
that's it. You've told a story.
So why are stories important for conversation? Because they invite others to share their own. If I tell you about my funny bus moment, you'll probably tell me about yours.
And that's how you move from strangers to friends, story by story.
Do you want to share one more personal story, Nico? Something small?
Sure. Last week, I was buying vegetables and the cashier asked, "Do you want a bag?" I misheard and thought she said, "Do you want to dance?" So I just stared at her like, "What?"
Did you dance?
No, I just said, "Oh, bag, yes, please." She laughed and I laughed and boom, we had a tiny connection.
That's adorable. And see, even misunderstandings can turn into stories.
Exactly. So learners, don't be afraid to share. Your stories don't need to be perfect, they just need to be real.
And if you feel nervous, start small. Talk about your breakfast, your bus ride, your weekend. Everyday stories are enough.
Which brings us to our next step, polite phrases. Because once you've shared your little story, you need ways to sound friendly and natural in everyday situations like shops, cafes, or just chatting with strangers.
Yep. Polite words are the glue that hold conversations together. And that's what we'll cover next.
So we've shared little stories. Now let's talk about something just as powerful. Polite phrases. These are the golden keys that open doors in English, no matter where you are.
Absolutely. If storytelling is the sparkle, polite phrases are the safety net. They make sure you never sound rude, even if your sentences are simple.
Exactly. Think of them as universal tools. They work in cafes, shops, taxis, offices, pretty much anywhere you meet people.
Let's start with the basics. Please, thank you, and excuse me. They're small, but they carry a lot of weight.
Yes, if you remember nothing else, just remember these three. You could walk into a shop, point at something and say, "This, please," and it would still sound polite.
That's true. Without please, it sounds like a command. With please, it sounds friendly.
And don't forget tone. "Excuse me" with a smile is polite. "Excuse me" with a sharp voice sounds annoyed.
Right. Your face and voice matter as much as the words.
Let's practice a cafe role play. Elisa, you're the customer.
Okay. Hi, could I have a coffee, please?
Of course. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Perfect. Short, polite, and natural.
Did you notice the phrase, could I have? That's a great one. It's softer than I want.
Oh, yes. "I want" is correct, but it sounds strong, almost like an order. "Could I have" feels friendly.
Let's give our listeners a few universal polite phrases. Could I have? Would you mind if? Excuse me, could you help me? Thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
And here's a cultural note. In English-speaking countries, saying thank you too often is never a problem. People say it for everything.
Oh, yes. I once thanked a bus driver 3 times in 10 minutes.
And I bet he appreciated it.
Another important one is sorry. Not because you did something terrible, but because it's a polite way to soften situations. Like, if you bump into someone, sorry.
Or if you want to ask a stranger a question. Sorry, do you know what time it is?
Exactly. Even if you're not truly sorry, the word makes your question sound gentle.
Okay, let's try a little supermarket scene. Elisa, you be the shopper.
Excuse me, could you tell me where the bread is?
Aisle 3.
Great. Thank you so much.
Perfect. You were polite and you kept it short.
Do listeners sometimes worry, if I use polite phrases, will I sound too formal?
Good question. The answer is no, because in English, politeness is casual. Saying, "Could you pass me the salt, please?" sounds perfectly natural even at home with friends.
True. I still say please and thank you to my family. It doesn't make me formal, it makes me kind.
And here's a funny moment. I once went to Spain and my friend told me I said thank you too much. She said, "Stop. You sound like a broken record."
That's so English. We can't help it.
So learners, don't be shy. Sprinkle please and thank you everywhere. It's like adding sugar. It makes everything sweeter.
Except maybe your coffee. Too much sugar is bad.
True. Balance is important.
Let's add one more tip. Combine politeness with a smile. Words plus smile equals instant friendliness.
Yes, if your words are polite but your face looks angry, people will be confused.
Okay, let's do a mini practice session. Listeners, repeat after us. Ready?
Could I have a ticket, please?
Excuse me, could you help me?
Thank you so much.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
That's very kind of you.
Perfect. If you can use just these, you'll survive almost any daily interaction.
And remember, you don't need big vocabulary. Politeness is about attitude, not fancy words.
But polite phrases also help you when you're leaving a conversation, like, "It was nice talking to you," or "Have a great day."
Yes, they're the bridge to the ending, which actually takes us to our final step, wrapping up smoothly, without sounding rude.
Ah, the art of saying goodbye. It's harder than it seems, but we'll help you master it in the last section.
Okay, so you've said hello, kept the conversation flowing, maybe shared a funny little story, sprinkled in your polite phrases, but now comes the tricky part. How do you end the conversation without it feeling awkward?
Oh yes, the classic problem. You're standing there, both of you know it's time to go, but nobody knows how to say bye-bye.
Exactly. If you just walk away, it feels rude. If you drag it out too long, it feels weird. That's why we need gentle exit phrases.
In English, people often use polite signals to wrap things up, like, "Well, I'd better get going."
Yes, that little "well" softens the goodbye. It tells the other person, "This was nice, but it's time."
Or another one, "Anyway, it was nice talking to you." That phrase is perfect in almost any situation.
Let's role play. Elisa, pretend we're chatting in the park.
So, yeah, I love walking here in the mornings.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Well, I better get going, but it was great talking with you.
You too. Have a nice day.
Smooth. No awkward silence, no sudden cutoff.
Here's another phrase I use a lot. I'll let you get back to it. Like, if someone looks busy, it's a polite way to end.
Oh, yes, that's perfect for colleagues. I'll let you get back to your work. It shows respect for their time.
And don't forget, goodbyes can be warm. Take care, see you around, have a great evening. Those little phrases leave a friendly last impression.
And culturally, English speakers love these soft endings. They make the goodbye feel less final.
Exactly. It's not the end. It's more like, we'll meet again someday.
Let's give our listeners a little goodbye toolkit. Well, I'd better get going.
Anyway, it was nice talking to you.
Take care.
Have a great day.
So useful. and you can mix them. For example, anyway, it was nice talking to you. Take care.
And sometimes endings come naturally with a reason, like, I have to catch my bus, or my break is over. Reasons make it easier.
Yes, but even then, add the polite ending. My bus is here. Nice chatting with you.
Let's practice with another role play. This time, we're in a cafe. I'll be the customer. You're my new friend.
Okay,
So yeah, I usually come here to read.
that's cool. Anyway, I need to head out, but it was really nice meeting you.
You too. Have a lovely afternoon.
Perfect. Friendly, warm, and complete.
Learners, here's something important. It's better to end a conversation politely and clearly than to leave it hanging. People appreciate the closure.
True. In fact, ending well often makes people want to talk to you again.
And don't be afraid to repeat endings. Native speakers do it all the time. Okay, see you later. See you. Yeah, see you.
Yes, it's like a little dance. Both people keep saying goodbye until one finally walks away.
So don't stress if the goodbye feels long. It's actually normal.
All right, let's practice with our listeners one last time. Repeat after us.
Well, I'd better get going.
Anyway, it was nice talking to you.
Take care.
Have a great day.
Beautiful. You now have a full journey from hello to goodbye.
And listeners, think about how far you've come in this episode. You can break the ice, keep the flow alive, share stories, sound polite, and end conversations smoothly. That's a complete toolkit for real-life English.
Exactly. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Conversation is like walking. You just keep putting one step after another.
Yes, and sometimes you stumble, sometimes you glide. But the important thing is you're moving forward.
And with every chat, every little hello or how are you, you're building confidence.
That's the heart of it. And with that, well, we'd better get going.
Nice talking to you all. Take care, listeners.
Have a great day, and keep practicing.
So before we say a soft goodbye for real, let's take a moment to slow down.
You've walked with us step by step through gradings, follow-ups, little stories, polite words, and gentle endings.
That's not small progress. That's a full journey into the rhythm of real English conversation.
Think back for a second. Remember when we practiced, "Hi, how are you?" Or when we laughed about spicy pasta? Those weren't just examples. They were little mirrors of the real world you'll face.
And if you listen closely, you probably noticed how often we've repeated phrases. That's on purpose. Repetition helps your brain relax, like waves washing over the shore.
Tonight or today, wherever you are, give yourself credit. You spent this time not just listening, but imagining yourself speaking. That's powerful.
And even if you don't remember every phrase tomorrow, don't worry. Your brain remembers the feeling, the flow, the warmth of conversation. That's what matters.
So, here's our invitation. Take one small step this week. Say hello to someone, or add one little detail when someone asks about your day.
And if it feels awkward, smile, laugh. That's human. Every stumble is part of learning.
You're doing more than practicing English. You're practicing connection.
And connection is what language is really for.
So, now let your mind rest. Picture yourself in a calm cafe, the sound of quiet chatter around you, a cup of tea in your hands.
You're safe, you're learning, and you're growing.
We're proud of you.
Good night or good morning, wherever you are.
And until next time,
Keep
Keep
talking,
talking,
keep
keep
learning.